He said, ultimately, what I think is truthful was that they were both abusive to each other. I don't think that makes either of them right or wrong. But to rise to the level of what she was claiming, there wasn't enough or any evidence that really supported what she was saying. He added that he believed Johnny did not hit Amber.
And he also revealed the jury was given no guidance on the amount of money that both stars were awarded. He said each juror threw out a number that they thought was fair. And notably about the attorneys, he said he thought Depp's team was sharp, while Heard's team had sharp elbows, meaning they were abrupt. They frequently interrupted. Now, Heard, of course, does plan to appeal this, and Depp is about to be back in court with these same lawyers for a separate case. He's accused of assaulting a manager on a movie set back in 2017. Guys.
Okay, Trevor, thanks. Let's bring in our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams. And Dan, I guess it's common sense the jurors found Depp more credible?
Yeah, I always find these jury interviews to be fascinating after a case, to know exactly what they were thinking about all the evidence that was presented here. And it's not just that they found Depp more credible. It's the little nuances, right? It's the little things that bugged them about Amber Heard. And I think that's so important. People forget that it really can come down to the credibility of the person testifying. We always say in cases, in criminal cases, for example, if a defendant takes the witness stand, the case could come down to the credibility of that witness. And it's true. And it's not just what they're saying, it's how they're saying it. And I think that that's part of what's super interesting.
Being overcoached?
Yes. And remember, we talked about this on the show. I said there's a danger if she's looking at the jurors too much. That could be a problem. It can seem like she's acting, like it's over-rehearsed. Because, yes, a lawyer will tell a client, try and make sure you look over at the jury, make sure that you recognize them. But I thought she was doing it too much. Every question she was asked, she would pause, she would turn over to the jury, and she'd begin her answer. And it's clear that at least this juror felt that that was rehearsed.
You said some things about her bugged the juror, but also it seems her legal team bugged them as well.
Yeah, and look, you got to wonder whether those two things are intertwined, right? That once they've decided against them, but the lawyering can matter. And it's a reminder, it's not just the defendant. It's not just the witnesses. How the lawyers perform can end up either frustrating the jurors, impressing the jurors. I'm not saying it's going to be make or break, but it's a combination of those little things that can make all the difference in a case like this.
As you say, it's fascinating to hear what was going on in that jury deliberation room. Did anything this juror say surprise you?
I guess it was how much they were focusing on the nuances of Amber Heard. Because I was really interested to hear after the fact, what did they think about her? And listen, this juror saying we thought they were both at fault, right? Because that's how I think a lot of us felt, right? That they both were in this horrible, relationship that was really a problem. But the final point there being, but we didn't believe the allegations that Amber Heard made. And that was the determining factor.